Hello family, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cal, and thank you all for tuning in with me today on this rainy Sunday in Southern California. I hope you all are blessed and doing wonderful. And on today's episode, I will be reviewing Orange Vanilla Milano by the Rosez company. Now, just to give you guys a background on the genetics of this strain, this is a sativa dominant hybrid, and Orange Vanilla Milano is a cross of Tangy and Cookies and Cream. Tangy is a cross of Cali Orange and Skunk, and Cookies and Cream is a cross of Starfighter and a phenotype of Girl Scout cookies. Now, I did get this from my local delivery service here in Orange County called THC. I've been reviewing a lot of their strains the past few episodes that I've done, and they're always quality, it's always fire, and the price that you pay for the flower that you get is well worth it in my opinion. Now, I do tend to get a 4-gram eighth of this. The 4-gram eighth that I paid for this strain was also $57, but I do think that was well worth it considering that this is a hard to find strain. It's not a strain that you could just go in the dispensary and find. So THC tends to carry a lot more rarity strains, as I would call them. A lot harder to find, as I said, in most shops around the Southern California area. But just to give you guys a little bit more information, Rosez Company is a well-known cultivator here in Southern California. Everything they drop that I've tried has always been quality. It's always been fire. It's always been fleshed properly. So I definitely give them kudos as far as them being able to grow these flowers and be able to provide us with the highest and the cleanest product possible. So I definitely appreciate that. Gonna go ahead and show you guys a little bit more of the buds. As you guys can see, wow, I mean, frosted all over, definitely orange, fire hairs. I apologize about the focus. I'm trying to get that situated. But from the initial crack of the jar, I have to be completely honest, family. It smells like guava to me. It has that guava smell. If you guys have ever smelled like a grapefruit, like a sour grapefruit, it definitely has that type of smell to it. Let me take the buds out just so you guys can get a better close-up, so I can get the focus a little bit better. That's much better. Yeah, definitely a smell of sour grapefruit. That sour guava smell is exactly what it smells like. I would say that it's more overpowered by the tangy. I smell much more tangy in this than I smell any of the cookie. I don't really smell much Girl Scout cookie in it. I would probably say the Girl Scout cookie would come more from actually consuming the flower and smoking it. You probably get more of the sweetness from the inhale as opposed to the actual smell of the flower. So if you are a fan of anything sour, like if you like guava or if you like grapefruit, you would definitely like the smell of this strain for sure. So smell wise, it smells exactly like I said, grapefruit. I would give the smell a 10 out of 10. You know, if you had a giant bag of this or a jar of this and you cracked it in your kitchen, or you cracked it, you know, wherever you are, people would think that you're eating a fresh grapefruit. That's literally what it smells like. One of my friends actually commented, I had cracked it in the car, and they said, well, do you have some guava in here or some grapefruit? And I said, no, it's actually my flower. So 10 out of 10 on the smell for sure. The look of the flower, let me give you guys a close-up on the biggest bud that I have so I can show you guys a little bit more on how it looks. I mean, it's frosted all over, family. Hues of purple. fire orange hairs, lime green. The trim job has been phenomenal. They did an excellent job on the trim. I gotta give it to them. So look of the flower, a 10 out of 10 for sure. I mean, what more can you do to it? You know, these guys did an excellent job growing this flower for sure. I gotta give it to them. 10 out of 10 on the look, 10 out of 10 on the smell. Price wise, as I said, you know, it is affordable. You do get a 4-gram eighth for $57. That is including the tax. As you know, out here in Southern California, it is taxable. So definitely a 10 out of 10 across the board. I'm definitely satisfied with what I paid for the strain for sure, off the looks and the smell and the price point, in my opinion. But without further ado, family, we're going to go ahead and get into the research segment of the strain review, and I will check in with you shortly. All right, family, and we are back, and we are ready to get into the research segment of the strain review. And I have this nice full bowl loaded up of Orange Vanilla Milano by the Rosez company. And I hope that you all have something loaded up and ready to enjoy along with me as well. This one goes to all of you out there. And without further ado, family, cheers. Now, from the first initial hit, the first initial pull from this Orange Vanilla Milano strain by the Rosez company, it definitely, I have to be straight up honest with you, family, it tastes just like a grapefruit or a guava. No cap at all. It literally tastes like a grapefruit or a guava fruit. Very sour, just like you bit into a fresh grapefruit or a fresh guava. I know I'm sounding redundant saying that, but it literally is one-to-one. It tastes exactly like it. Very interesting. I've tried a couple of strains in the past that were crossed with grapefruit. Skittles is actually one of them. It's a grapefruit cross as well, but this is more spot on the flavor of a grapefruit or a guava. So I'm actually very impressed off the first initial hit. It's very easy to enjoy, very easy to smoke. There's zero harshness in the flower whatsoever, so it was definitely grown properly with a lot of love and care. All of the nutrients seem to be flushed out of the flower. That's why you don't get any harshness of every pull that you take from this flower. So from just the initial 2 or 3 hits that I've just taken, I would give the taste of the flower a 10. A 10 for sure. You know, very pleasant, very smooth, flavorful smoke. I'm definitely satisfied with the smoke for sure. Definitely satisfied with the flower. So 10 on the taste, absolutely. Yeah, Rosez company, great job with this one. You guys have a winner with this one. As I had told you guys previously, this is a sativa dominant hybrid, and based off the numbers that I've seen online from THC, they're clocking this flower in at 28.6% THC, which is a pretty high number. Definitely a high number for sure. I'm already starting to feel the head change. I'm already starting to feel most of it in my head, but I do feel a little of it in my body. But I definitely feel a lot of it in the head area for sure. Very clear-headed. This is definitely a strain that you could enjoy before you start your day at work. or if you have some type of physical activity or whatever you need to do where you can still be alert, this is definitely a strain for you to definitely enjoy. I would definitely recommend this. Some strains that you smoke, tend to floor you. If you have errands or things that you need to get done or work that needs to be accomplished, you enjoy the flower before you start it, and then you're just smacked, and it's hard for you to concentrate. You get distracted pretty easily. But this is definitely a daytime smoke. I would definitely recommend this throughout the day. You could enjoy it at night as well. It just depends on what works for you. But this is a sativa that I would definitely recommend. A lot of people don't really like sativas. They tend to make them very racy when they smoke them. They give them racy thoughts. Tends to make some people paranoid, or kind of gives them a little bit of an anxiety. But from what I'm getting from this strain, it definitely doesn't feel like that at all. I love sativas personally. I'm a sativa lover. But if I had to choose what I personally prefer, I like hybrids more than anything, just because you get the best of both worlds. You get the body, but you also get the head. You get the sativa and the indica. So it's a nice balance of both worlds for sure. Taste wise, as I told you guys, it's definitely very sour. It tastes like a guava or a grapefruit to me. I don't taste much of the Girl Scout cookie in it. There is a hint of sweetness. I definitely taste the sweetness, but it's more so sour than anything. That's where I'm assuming that this tangy comes into play. The tangy is very, very heavy in this strain, notably in the smell of the strain and also upon the taste as well. So it's definitely leaning more on the tangy side, more so than the cookie side. However, the profile of the nugs and the profile of the buds, they definitely have that Girl Scout cookie structure to them. So I can definitely see where the Girl Scout cookie comes across in the overall structure of the flower and the bud. But taste wise, like I said, it definitely tastes more on the tangy side to me. Definitely tangy for sure. So overall high, if I had to rate the high and how am I feeling, I would give it a 10. 10 across the board. The bowl is pretty much done, as you guys can see. Nice, clean white ash. It was flushed properly. Great job, Rosez Company, for sure. They did a great job on this one. But I'm definitely feeling most of it in my head. It's definitely more sativa leaning, and I can see definitely why they say that in the profile of the flower. But I'm gonna go ahead and check out of here, family. If you guys like this video, thumbs it up, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be bringing you all more content in the upcoming days and weeks. You all stay healthy, stay blessed, take care of yourself. Peace.